Hi guys, today we're going to be working on these sparkly wired nails, and these were inspired by the monochrome wired nails by Nail Your Ideas on Instagram. If you'd like to see that inspiration, I'll include a link down in the information box. And I almost hesitate to call this a tutorial because this is the first time I've done decals and I kind of struggled with it. So this is more me showing you guys my learning curve because I am definitely not a pro at this technique. So if you'd like to learn with me and see my first attempt at decals and my first attempt at wired nails, stay tuned. Starting out with clean, dry nails, I'm going to apply a base coat. Then I'm going to use Orly liquid vinyl as my base color, topped with Orly Color Blast's Coronation Ball. And this is super, super sparkly. Then, since I'm going to be wearing this on its own for at least a day, I think, I'm going to top it with Seche Vite. If you prefer, you can go directly into the design. I actually ended up wearing this glitter on its own for 3 days, and I was going to record the tutorial last night, but when I went to get started I realized I'd neglected to charge my camera battery. So I got most of my decals ready, but I need to show you guys how I made them. I've got here, and it's a little bit hard to see because it's a clear plastic, but it's kind of like a folder cover. I've seen people also use Ziploc bags, but I attempted that and it just wasn't working very well. Maybe if you have a thicker plastic Ziploc bag. Make sure the surface is pretty clean so that you don't get any dirt or anything in your design. And then I'm using liquid vinyl to just put out a little bit of nail polish. I've got an orange stick that I've filed down just a little bit so it's not completely sharp. And that's just to create a little bit of a wider line as I get into this. And I'm just going to start scribbling back and forth on the polish and spreading it out. You want it to spread out enough so that it will cover your nail. And as you do that, you'll start to see that the lines you draw in it stay behind. So you can do a zigzag back and forth type of a design. You can do a more swirly design. And you can pretty much keep at it until the polish starts really drying. So if you don't like the way it's looking, just keep scribbling until you get something that you do like. Give it a couple minutes to dry. It's not going to take too long because it's pretty thin of a layer. And then use a non-fast dry clear to create a layer over it. So I'm going to turn this sheet to the other side. I've got a bunch here and I made like way more than I actually needed so that I'd make sure that I got some that I actually really liked. And I'm going to find my tweezers here. Okay, so it's probably a little bit hard to see on camera, but there is clear over these. You can see in real life the edge. You want to just get the edge and kind of pull it up a little bit. And then, hopefully, yay, we have a decal. So I'm going to go over the sheet and peel them all up so that they're ready to go. And then I'll be back and be applying them on my nails. Alright, so I peeled all my little decals off, and I did a couple different sizes just because I'm kind of experimenting and learning. The ones that are kind of more this size, which is more like a regular nail size, came up a little bit easier than were like these big ones, which I thought I could possibly cut into two. Some of them did rip as I was pulling them off, so I was glad that I had a couple spares. Maybe a little bit hard to see the rip on this one, but if it's just a small rip, that's fine. You can still kind of work with that. If it's a larger rip, then you may need to just abandon that one and move on to one of your other options. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here so that hopefully you can see. For my clear, I'm just using Seche Clear. Generally speaking, quick dry top coats seem not to be as sticky as regular clears. So I'm going to pick up one of my smaller ones for my pinky nail here and get that ready right here. I've also got like a little pair of scissors and my cuticle tool. So most of you guys are probably familiar with decals. This is the first time I've tried it, so I'm like a little bit nervous, but basically I'm going to apply the clear over my existing manicure, and I'm going to use that to stick the decal onto my nail. I'm just going to pick it up with the tweezers. You can try and cut it to your nail shape before you apply it if you want. I'm just going to kind of stick it on there and press it down, and then with my little cuticle scissors I'm gonna go in and trim off the excess around the tip and kind of an awkward angle here, but around the sides, and trying to do kind of a neat job, but this would be easier to do if I wasn't trying to capture it on camera. You just want to kind of get rid of the excess. Around your cuticle, you can also use like a tool or an orange stick to kind of almost rip it apart. And if all that is not neat enough, then you can finish it up by cleaning up the edges with polish remover. So I've got my normal little cleanup brush here. I'm gonna get some polish remover on it and just go in along the side to get clean up that little edge bit. So I hope this is making sense for you guys, because I'm kind of distracted because, like I said, I haven't ever done this before. But you want to clean up around your edges so that the decal is basically just over your nail. You can also use like a nail file at the tips, although that would obviously be a little trickier around the sides or the cuticle. But I think this is probably not showing up on camera great. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm going to continue doing that to the rest of my nails, and once they're all done, then I'm going to go ahead and apply a top coat to finish it all off. here is the finished look, and overall I'm pretty pleased. I'd been wanting to give decals a try for quite a while, and I was kind of intimidated by them, and rightly so. I will admit that I had a hard time with this, especially after applying it on my nail. I've seen people, like I said, use little scissors, use little cuticle tool, use polish remover, use a file. I've seen a few people cut them to size before applying them, which I think I will try next time. But I like the finished look. So let me know if you have any tips if you've done decals before, because I could use them. This, like I said, this was hard for me. And I don't feel ashamed admitting that, because I think most things are hard the first time you try them. But the result is worth it. I think I'll be trying decals again. I think I'll be trying this wired design again. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, even if it was just enjoying laughing at my struggles. And as always, thanks for watching.